Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacciana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we have a vintage AERO-LITE aluminum block petrol lighter made in the USA in Wichita, Kansas. Has some very elaborate designs engraved into the side. This lighter shows wear, scuffs, dings, scratches, maybe some scrapes. The fuel screw has been somewhat abused at some point. AERO-LITE, Wichita, Kansas, patent pending. It's very smoothly finished as opposed to some other aluminum block lighters that I've had that were kind of roughly hewn. Seems a little more precision made. Has a very heavy and deep fuel screw, which has a screwdriver that will work on your flint spring screw. But that big knurled screw really helps, especially since somebody screwed up that slot so bad. Anyway, if you enjoy watching videos about old petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacciana, and other useful mechanisms, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video that you are watching. Tell your friends about the channel. Hit the share button. Send that link off in a text, email, post it on social media, however it is that you communicate with folks nowadays, and let them get a look at it for themselves. You can leave any comments or questions below the video. We would also appreciate it if you would follow and like us across all the social media platforms. That'll be Dependable Flame, or dependableflame.com on Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, and of course eBay. This is not the first AERO-LITE that I've had. The other one was 2 or 3 years ago, and it was more plain, and I don't believe it had as much information printed or stamped on the bottom, which you can see the bottom is somewhat unfinished there. Not exactly been machined flat before it was stamped, or at least that's what that appears. So that is my first reference to an AERO-LITE, and then I look it up on the Toledo Bin site, where Frank Dutton has them listed from I think the late 40s to the early 50s. Everybody knows the story by now that other metals were scarce because of the war effort, and aluminum was in surplus because it had been produced by in such numbers for the war effort. And unlike most, the AERO-LITE is marked, and as previously noted, a very polished, slick Petrol lighter. I started to say earlier, and I'm not sure exactly what you would call it, if this is Art Deco, these engravings, but I remember these kind of things when I was growing up. These kind of shapes and things in people's dividers in houses, between the living room and the dining room. And I don't know when those houses were built, but this looks very familiar to me. I just pulled the wick up and cut it off just to where it was clean. So as far as I know, it's still got the original wick and wadding in it. The flint tube was obstructed, so I took a drill bit to that, got that cleared out, then trimmed up the wick, and everything was good. I have a few more lighters that were bought in the same lot, so really cool 1940s, 1950s aluminum block Petrol lighter, AERO-LITE, from Wichita, Kansas. Roller lighter. With some fancy decorations. Until next time.